Willkommen zurück bei Zodiac Trial. Im letzten Part haben wir unsere neue Information mit dem Computer benutzt, um einen neuen Pfad freizuschalten. Und zwar den Pfad, wo wir der Traitor sind und wir mit Rooster zusammenarbeiten. Aber diesmal, nicht wie vorher, geben wir nicht zu, wer wir sind, sondern wir spielen mit und wollen überleben. Unser erster Plan ist es nämlich jetzt, eine Ablenkung zu schaffen und den Verdacht von uns wegzubewegen. Und dafür muss Snake leider herhalten als Opfer Nummer 1. Oh boy. Aber kein Plan, wie wir ihn ausschalten wollen. Er ist clever. Sehr clever, wie vorgezeigt schon. Wir werden sehen.
Ah, Mouse. How goes it? Are you also charging out this area?
Yeah, actually, I think I found something, but I'm not sure what it means.
You stumped on one of Brian's riddles?
I never said I was stumped. Just, you know, a second pair of eyes wouldn't hurt.
Very well. I shall lend you my aid. Where's the riddle?
This way. I led Snake into the nearby art classroom.
You found something in here?
Yeah.
Odd. I already searched this area and didn't find anything.
I guess you just didn't search well enough.
I suppose I didn't.
Look, the riddle starts over here. I walk over to a nearby closet. I heard Snake follow behind me. When I reached the closet, I put my hand on its handle, but I didn't open it.
Okay, warum nicht? Warum nicht?
I just stopped and closed my eyes, because I knew what was about to happen.
Oh, warte.
Mouse, I think. Hey, what are you doing?
I heard the sound of a knife finding its target. I heard the sound of Snakes collapsing onto the nearby table, and I heard the sound of the life leaving Snake's body. I might have hallucinated the last bit, but it certainly felt audible.
You can look now. It's over.
I know, I don't want to.
Well, you're going to have to at some point.
I know, I'm preparing myself.
But doing what?
Look, I'll turn around in 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Without thinking about it anymore, I turned around. Sure enough, the sight I was met with was far from pleasant. Snake had completely collapsed to the ground, blood pouring from his stomach. His eyes were wide open in a haunting manner. I would definitely need to book more sessions with Monkey after all of this. Book more sessions with my new therapist, that is. One thing was for sure, I wouldn't be forgetting this image anytime soon.
You're welcome, by the way.
I don't recall thanking you.
Well, you should. You're freaking out over there, but I'm the person who had to stab the old dude.
You're right. If this is bad for me, it must be traumatizing for you.
Not really.
Huh?
I mean, as an action hero, I've gunned on countless enemies of Christian morality. My fictional kill count must be in the hundreds at this point. When you think about it, this is also a play of sort, an act. So this is no different from any of those past kills.
Really?
Well, that's what I'm telling myself. I fear if I think about it any more than that, I might break down, which would totally kill the bad boy image I've been cultivating, so I won't.
That's fair. Anyways, with this, I've killed a person.
Nuh-uh. You've killed half a person.
Dare I ask?
Think about it. If you kill 2 people, then your kill count would be 2. If you kill 1 person, that kill count would be 1. However, if 2 people kill 1 person, each of them has a kill count of 0.5. After all, just like 2 half equals 2 times 1 equals 2, or 1 times 1 equals 1 half. What?
Rooster, that might be the dumbest goddamn thing you've said all day.
Are you serious? I'm making complete sense right now. Think about it, Snake has died once, right? Now you're not going to argue that just because you didn't physically do the murder, you're not culpable for it than me, are you?
No, that wouldn't be fair.
Right, so we both did some amount of murdering, and Snake has died. The only way that math works out, if we only killed half of him each. Otherwise, you'd be saying 1 plus 1 equals 1.
That's not necessarily true.
How else could you explain it?
Well, what if you said Snake died twice just now? That way, 1 plus 1 equals 2.
Oh, come now, Mars. Don't be absurd.
How is what I just said any more absurd than what you said?
Oh, Leute, konzentriert euch. Ihr habt ein Spiel zu gewinnen. Ihr steht in einem Raum mit einem toten Körper. Mark, you use facts and reasoning. You were just saying numbers. Anyways, Dankeschön. Don't we have more steps in your plan or whatever?
Right. For now, move Snake's body into the closet. Then wipe away the blood on the floor with napkins. You won't be able to wipe all of it away, but that's intentional.
On it, Chief.
Rooster got to work on a task. In the meantime, I sort of just looked around. Just then I noticed that some blood splatter got on the side of my jeans. Shit, fuck. It was only step one, and already I was getting incriminating evidence stacked against me. Well, I need to do something about this situation.
Okay, warte. Andere Seite.
Da.
Okay, ich habe...
Wait now. Set up a paint can to fall in there like later.
Oh. Das macht keinen Sinn.
It was only blood. That should come off, right? Lucky for me, there was a sink in the outer room with paper towels. I went over there, put them up like, and tried to wash the blood off the best I could. Using a lot of water and some paper towels, I got most of it off. But a water stain had taken its place. Well, that was better, at any rate. It had to do. Off by the closet, Rooster had finished his task.
Okay, now what?
Now I'm gonna need you to strip Rooster.
What? Now I'm gonna... Wait. Now I'm gonna need you to strip Rooster. What? Must you dirty bird, you?
This is the plan, I swear.
The plan involves you perving on a corpse? I mean, get it. No judgment. Everyone's got their thing, but...
This is not my thing. And if it was, there should be some judgment. Look, here's what I'm thinking for the plan. We kill somebody a bit further down the hallway. Next, you go to a neighbor classroom. You witness Snake walking by the classroom and then later discover the body.
But we just killed Snake.
You'd be lying.
Alright, I knew that. Also, could we call it acting?
Sure, fine, yes. Okay, I guess if you must. You'd act like you saw Snake and you mentioned he was wearing his rubber snake mask. You know, the one we all woke up with. But then we find Snake's body in his room. At first, it doesn't make sense. But we find Snake's clothes and his mask discarded nearby. Say, this room. Now, seeing this, what would they assume? I don't know why I'm asking you this. The assumption would be somebody killed Snake, then dressed up as him on purpose to try to frame him. That will put suspicion on the people who could pull off a snake disguise, Bunny and Dog primarily, though I imagine a few other suspects might be floated.
Oh, okay. But wait, couldn't I also dress like Snake? Wouldn't I also be a suspect?
No, you couldn't see yourself.
Well, what if they think I'm lying?
If they solve the disguise mystery, they won't even think twice about your possible guilt. So as long as them finding Snake and his clothes is natural enough, the idea that you planted evidence to corroborate the story of you being the lied to wouldn't even enter their heads. In their eyes, you would have been the mark, not the scammer.
I see.
Understanding, Rooster began to strip straight down. You can leave the end around, by the way.
I know, I'm not a pervert. I'm not you.
Rooster!
I could. I actually now get why you were doing this. After all, every good lie stems from the truth. The trick to it is to tell the truth from 9% of it, and then trick right a bit at the end.
Rooster, you realize we're doing this to create evidence, not to help us lie better?
Oh, I know.
Anyways, I suppose the next natural question would be where to hide Snake's clothes.
Das macht keinen Sinn. In the closet drawer behind the door.
We need something that they're likely to find, but something that would be a good hiding spot for a rushed killer. I guess a closet drawer works well enough, right? I mean, if I was the killer, that'd probably be good enough in the pinch.
Sounds good to me.
Here.
He's closing the mask. Oh, ich glaube, wir müssen wirklich die besten Sachen finden, damit alles Sinn macht am Ende.
Rooster handed a bundle to me. You can give me the kitchen knife as well. They would have discarded the weapon here likely.
Alright.
He also handed over the bloody knife. I took the bundle and stuffed it in a random drawer in the desk. That should do it.
Excellent. Crime scene successfully forged. Next up is victim number 2.
Grab some randy heavy statue to use as the murder weapon.
On it.
Rooster looked around and found a suitable weapon. Head down the hallway. I saw a staircase which led to a side exit just a bit further down. I'll look for somebody else and lure them over there. and you handle the bloody business once more.
Oh, and it. I'll be waiting in ambush.
Godspeed.
It's wrong to say that in this context, but the sentiment is appreciated.
With that, we split up. I wandered the first floor and searched for a suitable patsy, and soon enough, I found just the target. Sheep. Poor sheep. She seems innocent. Operative word, seemed. I was brought here for a reason. Still, I couldn't help but feel the fire of guilt grow in intensity lying to her. She was awfully gullible. Getting her to follow me to the designated spot took almost no effort at all. I lured her there, and right as we got near the staircase,
Thud.
once again, Rooster didn't hesitate to carry the deed out. With one solid swing, she hit the floor. I didn't watch, but it was pretty obvious what had happened.
Ugh, they fit dirty.
It had to be done.
Oh, I know. But I didn't like it one bit. Killing an old creep like Snake, I can work with that. Killing a pure soul like sheep, that's like a month of nightmare at least.
She's not a pure soul.
Oh, but she was. I could see it in her eyes and her beautiful hair.
Okay, dude, whatever you say. Please don't turn it into a creep on me.
What's scary about giving a girl some compliments?
Giving a girl you just murdered compliments?
I see your point. Praise withdrawn. Anyways, we know at one kill each, so that's something.
We're not going back to that.
Dankeschön.
We need to focus on preparing the next steps.
What else is there to do?
Well, we need to decide some things. First of all, just to be clear, you know your story, right?
Yeah, no, I've got it.
What's the story?
I'm searching through this classroom. Find like a trinket or a second or...
Please leave out the brags. They're just going to invite suspicion.
Okay, jeez. I'm doing average at searching in classrooms when I see Snake walk by.
You see Snake?
Yeah, that was the story, right?
Are you sure it's Snake?
Hell yeah, I'm sure.
No, you're not. He's wearing his mask, right?
Right, I should mention that. Honestly, forgetting for a second would probably be in character.
Just remember to say it at some point.
Right.
I'm thinking about getting you a witness, to make it seem more believable.
A witness?
Right. So get somebody to search the classroom with you. You'd be the only one to see Snake, of course, but just having somebody around when you see it should make the story more believable.
Oh, then we should do it.
But bringing somebody else like that is risky. We can't control their behavior, and it might end up causing some trouble.
Oh, then we shouldn't do it.
Still, if it worked out, it would do wonders for your believability.
I'm confused. Should we do it or shouldn't we do it?
Whistler, I'm saying there's risk associated with doing it, and risk associated with not doing it.
Okay, I'm telling you as the thinky one, which is the best option. Oh.
Ich glaube, get a witness klingt ganz gut.
Nee, warte. Doch.
A witness will help a lot. Let's get one.
Great.
But that brings up a new problem. If somebody is with you, you're going to need a natural reason to go check out the crime scene.
Could you just say that I want to go check on what Snake was doing?
Maybe, but I don't know how believable that would be. It would be for the best if you heard a noise that drew you to out there, like a crash or something.
That would be great. If it sounded like the murder, they'd even give me an alibi for the crimes, solidifying the story further.
Sure, but to make it sound, I probably have to do it. I could push sheep down the stairs. That'd likely do it, but
what's with the hesitation?
If you guys came out right after that, I could only get it so far from the crime scene. I'd probably end up being a close proximity, and this would end up as a suspect.
Oh, come on. I've been doing all the heavy lifting so far. I mean, with the actual murders, and the star testimony and whatnot. You should get your feet wet in the whole murder plot waters. It'll be fun.
Rooster, be serious. It's too risky for me to be caught, and it seemed like that. I trust you to make up some good reasoning as to why you'd leave the classroom.
Ugh, fine. If you want me to do all the work, I can probably work something out.
That's what I like to hear.
So well decided?
It appears we are. The dice are cast, so to speak. Let's see if we had the winning roll.
Oh, 9.
And just like that, we put the plan into action. Rooster, for his part, went to look for someone to search this area with. Meanwhile, I searched in an area far away from where the body would be found. Soon enough, I heard commotion begin to arise. Rooster had drawn the group's attention towards the body. I joined in and stood by the newly discovered body. Everyone was panicking and very sad at death. Horace in particular looked like he was barely holding his rage in. It was very troubling, very tragic. To most people. For my part, I just tried my best to play the part of a grieving, scared girl. Rooster volunteered the story we had concocted, and Pig, for her part, verified what she could. Okay, Ox listened in with a very focused look on his face. He was in full investigation mode. So Snake walks towards the direction. A bit later, a body shows up, and he's not even around. Where could he be?
Well, in fairness, it's not like we have everybody. There are still a few people in the further areas of the school, still investigating, blissfully unaware of all this. Shall we try to get them? We will in a bit, but for now, let's try not to crowd too many people around the scene. That can lead to issues.
And Rooster, you were with Pig at the time this happened.
Yes, sir. We were looking around together.
Yeah, Rooster was with me when he saw Snake, although I didn't see him myself.
But what I don't understand is what made you go out and check on him, Rooster?
Call it my primal instinct.
Your primal instinct?
I have a nose for danger. I could smell blood. Just from the manner with which Snake walked, I knew for sure he was up to something. I mean, what, wearing the mask and anything? Can you spell sinister?
Done with this interrogation, Ox walked over to the body and leaned in to look closer. Trying to look helpful, I followed him, bent over and looked down too. For a moment, Ox noticed my leg and looked over at me. What's that on your leg?
Oh, this. I just spilled some water on myself.
You spilled water on yourself?
Yeah, there was a weird puzzle in the science lab on the 3rd floor. I could show it to you if you like.
No need.
Anyways, what do you notice about the body?
It appears that she was struck from the side. She was likely just walking by when the assailant clung to her with a statue nearby.
You mean this thing?
Dog went over to the statue and tried picking it up.
Don't tamper with evidence.
I'm investigating. This is what investigation looks like.
Oh, really? And what keen insights are you picking up on right now?
That statue's heavy.
Fascinating. Anyways, there's not a lot to the crime. It seems pretty open and shut that the killer just hit her over the head with the statue and fled. Unfortunately, there's a staircase right near the scene of the crime, which means it would have been easy for the killer to slip away without being spotted.
But they were spotted, weren't they?
Well, I think there's one mystery on everyone's mind.
And what's that, Rooster?
Why on earth did Snake walk over to the scene of the crime? A true enigma.
Well, Rooster, I think we were all assuming that's because he was the killer.
Oh, so just because he happened to walk a scene where there's a dead body, he made the dead body?
Yes.
Bunny, you fall into one of the oldest logical fallacies around. Causation does not equal correlation. There are many possible explanations for Snake's movements.
For example?
Well, perhaps he was a vampire.
Rooster.
Hey! No, hold on. Give it a second. Very creepy. Ambiguously old. Knew a lot of things he should know. I think he's got vampire bingo going on. He was lured to the scene by following the sweet, sweet smell of blood. And explains where he went. When he heard people coming, he simply turned into a cloud of fog, as a vampire might. Oh boy, ich erkenne das große Problem mit diesem Pfad, den wir folgen. Das Problem ist nämlich Roosters Dummheit. Was für ein Problem.
Well, okay, I appreciate the thought, Rooster. This vampire angle might be a possibility to look at, like...
No, it isn't. It's stupid. Don't humor him. Rooster, could you please take this seriously?
I am! Are you some sort of non-believer?
I beg you to shut up. I beg of you.
I'm just saying, if you're dealing with vampires, you've got to be prepared for it. I'm not seeing a stake on any of you.
What if vampires have gray hair? I thought their whole deal was that they were, like, eternally young or something.
Psh, that doesn't prove anything. Snake could have been dyeing his hair.
To make him look older?
Yeah, gives him a real wizened look.
Well then, that raises one question. Do the carpets match the drapes?
Good question! bad question. The worst question, the anti-question. You guys realize we're standing in front of a dead body, right? Allegedly dead. This was a perfectly good investigation. It was fine. What happened?
I had to admit, I was surprised. I had secretly been kind of worried that Rooster wouldn't be able to hide what we had done, but he was acting like normal. Even more so than myself, really. I guess he was better at actor than I gave him credit for.
Actually, Rooster, there's something odd about your testimony. You never mentioned that Snake was carrying a statue. Well, that's because I didn't see him carrying it. You didn't? In fairness, I only caught the back half of him, and even then, only from one side. It's heavy, but not that large a statue. He could have easily been holding it, and I would have missed it. Very well then. Does anyone know where the statue came from?
There's an art room not very far from here. I was thinking from there.
Okay, let's all investigate over there.
And like that, the group headed over to the neighbor art room.
So, what are we doing in here?
Just looking for anything out of place.
The group spread out throughout the room. Someone needed to open the closet. If it took too long, Russo was probably going to step in. However, lucky for us, Bunny opened it by himself without any prompting. When he did, out fell Snake's stripped corpse, and the shock of everyone. The room was once again in chaos at the discovery of another dead body. Sheep's death was no longer an isolated incident, but the beginning of a pattern. Everyone here suddenly had to ask himself, am I next? Most everyone at any rate. Before too long, though, the investigation began once more.
And there goes our prime suspect. Because of course, we can't just have an open and shut case. Life never gives out freeways like that, not when you're on a losing streak like this. I'm just confounded by the state of this corpse. I mean, why strip the man?
Why indeed?
Well, glass half full, we can check that earlier question pretty easily. I thought we had dropped that. What gave you that impression? Okay, correction. I had hoped that we've dropped it.
It's clear he was stabbed to death. I mean, even I noticed that. So shouldn't there be blood around here?
There is, on the floor here. It's been wiped away, but poorly.
With everyone focused on the immediate crime scene, there was no way they were going to find the last bundle of evidence they needed to solve it. I guess I'd handle it. I harmlessly wandered over to some cabinets and started opening them one by one. In one of the cabinets, I found the bundle of evidence I had left, so I grabbed it and called out to the others. Hey guys, look what I found!
What is it?
It looks like we now know where Snake's clothes are. And here's a snake mask, and here's a bloody kitchen knife. Then this knife is definitely what killed Snake. Mouse, where did you find this all? Mouse, where did you find all this again? I was trying to be helpful, so I was looking around the scene. I opened some cabinets, and this was stuffed in one of them.
Gotcha. Good work.
But what could this mean? Like, why is that here? Why is it there? Rooster saw Snake walk off to where Sheep was found, right? If he killed Sheep, then who killed him?
It couldn't have been anyone in this group. It had to be someone still missing. Horse, are you suggesting that this murder took place while we were gathered around Sheep's body? I think it's an assumption that Snake killed Sheep just because he showed up there. Maybe he saw the murderer killing Sheep and then was silenced.
If that was the case, why would the crime scene be all the way over here?
Doc's probably right. I have to imagine there could only be one person capable of this cruelty. The damn killer. Murdering Snake, then Sheep?
No, that's interesting.
Mouse, why do you think they killed Snake first and not the other way around?
Fuck. Seriously, how bad at this could I be?
But it's fine. I could recover. I just need to think fast. Possible execution.
Okay. The weapon. Ja klar, macht Sinn.
Think about the weapons used in each crime. The kitchen knife comes from the cafeteria and was used on the victim we found in the art room. The statue comes from the art room and was used on the victim found in the hallway. When you look at it from that perspective, the order of events seems pretty obvious. The killer brought the knife to the art room, killed, left the knife, took the statue, killed, and left the statue. The alternative would be rather odd. I mean, the killer brought the statue from the art room, killed, left the statue, got a knife, then returned to the art room they had got the statue from, killed, and left the knife?
Well, you're definitely making some assumptions there. But you're right. It would make more sense if Snake was killed first. Hey, am I the only one still weirded out by the fact that our killer is some sort of dirty perv? I mean, we practically have a room full of detectives at this point. Is nobody going to find out what it means?
We're thinking about it, Rooster. We're just also stumped by it. It doesn't seem to have any purpose, at least none of we can see.
It's all bullshit, right?
Huh?
Rooster's story as well as the evidence. The more I look at it, this is all a load of bullshit. When you think about it, two people stand out as far more suspicious than the others. Rooster and Mouse. Oh. Oh, nein! I agree!
Rooster, shut up! Ox, what are you talking about? What do you mean we're suspicious?
Is it not obvious? There are a number of things I could point out. The fact that neither of you two have any alibi whatsoever. How'd you just happen to get a water stain on your paint leg? How Rooster saw Snake will bite but not Pig. How Rooster just so happened to go and check on what Snake was up to. But to belabor that point would be a waste of time. The bottom line is, this whole thing seems rather showy to me.
Ox, everything that you said can very easily be explained. With everyone's attention on me, nobody noticed Rooster picking up the kitchen knife left on the table with the other evidence. With everyone's attention on me, Bunny wasn't on guard enough to realize Rooster's growing killing intent. With everyone's paying attention on me, Rooster was able to get a running start on everybody's before they realized that he had just slit Bunny's throat. It wasn't much of a head start though, as only moments later, everybody started chasing after him. Everybody with one exception.
Horse stayed in the room and locked eyes with me. He glared.
No, I don't know anything about...
Before I could even finish my first objection, Horse grabbed my arm and pulled me closer. He put me in a sleeper hold and there was no way I could resist. I don't know if he killed me then and there or if I died sometime after that. But I do know that after going under from Horse grabs, I wouldn't wake up again. Ugh, getting away with murder isn't as easy as it made out to be. It's the little things that end up getting you. Mishandle a murder, and you might find yourself going through a whole world of trouble. Just to tie up loose ends. If Mouse makes minor mistakes, sharp eyes will catch her soon enough.
Ah, damn it! Damn it! Ich dachte, ich wäre so gut dabei. Okay. Dann müssen wir im nächsten Part weitermachen und dann hoffentlich das ganze Problem lösen. Okay, also wir brauchen auf jeden Fall... Okay, wir brauchen auf jeden Fall... wir müssen das Wasser weglassen und dafür was anderes machen. Wir müssen keinen Grund haben... Wir müssen entweder nicht dafür sorgen, dass Pig da ist, oder wir müssen so Grund haben, dass er rausläuft. Das heißt, wir müssen Geräusche machen. Okay, der Rest passt aber gut. Und wir müssen die Sachen vielleicht ganz verstecken. Obwohl, das mit dem Verstecken könnte anders funktionieren. Das passt vielleicht sogar. Das Verstecken war gleich okay. Ja, ich glaube schon. Ja, das wird... Ich glaube, das Verstecken hat gepasst. Gut. Nächstes Part versuchen wir ein paar andere Kombinationen und mal sehen, was passiert. Viel Spaß wünsche ich euch schon mal beim nächsten Part und mir selber auch. Und bis zum nächsten Mal. Tschüss.